This is the largest yam market in the world, but it's a shadow of its former self. Located in Zakibiam town of Okum local government area of the Food Basket state, it once attracted customers from all over Nigeria as well as neighboring countries. Now, like its fallen signboard, the yam hub has fallen on hard times. In its heyday, it used to be a beehive of activity, welcoming yam buyers from various West African countries, from Niger, from Cameroon, from Benin Republic. They used to come from far and near. And of course, you had buyers from all over Nigeria. However, as you can see, this former beehive of activity is practically deserted. Most of the stalls are empty. And just behind the camera, you have a handful of farmers who hoarded some of their yams and have summoned up the courage to come to the market at this time. Now, what is the problem?
Everything is very hard. So like yam we used to buy 80,000 before. It's 200,000 now. It's 200,000 now. And after when you buy it 200,000, you will put another expenses. Like 100 yam, you used to put it 30,000 to reach my place. So when you check it inside in the goods, you see that everything is high.
Before, we used to buy like 100 yam. That is one heap. We bought like 50,000, 60,000, 40,000, depending the size of the yam. But now, the price have escalated to what we don't know. We are buying a heap of yam now, 500,000, 600,000. The small size now we used to buy 40,000, 300,000. So the price is too high.
Attacks by bandits have crippled food production in these areas, leaving farms deserted and fields empty. It means the market has been cut off from its supply chain.
There is insecurity issues in the area. Very much, a lot of it. The farmers are not going to the farm to do their farm works. Granite, even to plant and weed their yams products. And on the road, when they try to bring those things, those goods to the market, it's very difficult because of the attacks on the roadside.
The farmers are running from their farm places, coming out to the town. So there's no way you can farm in the town. This is the farm that you farm so that you get enough products inside the town. But now, even next year, we're expecting that things will go more difficult because the Fulanis and headers are in the bush, chasing them outside from the farms. Most of them are just around the town, hanging around.
Commercial activities in the town have also been crippled following the destruction of all 3 banks in the town. This is the result of a riot triggered by events in Ayati, one of the satellite communities of Zakibiam, about 15 kilometers away. At the start of July, some Ayati youths stormed the Okum local government headquarters, protesting the killing of their relatives.
They carried the corpse to the local government because there was no security. So as they came to the local government, there was nobody. They waited to the gate or to 2 or 3 hours like that. There was nobody. So some people came in. People was so angry, and then other people came in. So that was bursting to the protest.
The trail of destruction includes the Okum local government secretariat devastated by fire. The neighboring police station and the High Court were also attacked. But the climate of violence in Ayati continues. A combination of local bandits and armed herdsmen stormed the community with a population of about 15,000 on the 8th of August, wreaking unprecedented havoc.
Anyogo, the chief bandit there, organized herdsmen, let me call them that, organized herdsmen and his own boys to punish Ayati for revealing their locations to the military. Because the military, sometimes now, particularly operations in that, used to be successful in reaching them and attacking them and destroying their camps. So they went on a retaliatory mission. That is one vision. One other vision we got there was that Anyoko got money from the herdsmen to hand over the land to the leaders of the community. At the end of it, he didn't do that. And when they moved, that is when they moved in, they were asked to leave. But the community, so they now took them in with all his boys in hundreds to ensure that the Fulani headers get their way and have the land he promised them, because he got that money, as we were told, and shared it to the chiefs in that area.
On Thursday, which was our market day, we started hearing rumors that the headmen are coming with guns and swords in larger numbers again. Then we called on the security to come to our aid again. One police officer with his boys, Mr. Danzuru, he went there, and they posted 10 mobile police members who are in the village with us. But the bandits that came with cutlasses and guns, Fulani mixed with these bad boys, they outnumbered them. Over 400 militants invaded our village. They surrounded our village just in no time. We started hearing gunshots. They killed people.
More than 60 residents have been confirmed dead. There are still more suspected casualties yet to be recovered.
Up till now, they are picking people in the bush. You know, this bullet, when they hit a person, sometimes you run with madness. You run as if you are mad. They run as they are possessed. They will go and die. So they are still picking people in the bush. Some people that died, they started rotting, so they're just covering them now.
After the massacre killings, we just run out of the village. The village is just like that. Nobody has made a mass burial there. Some families have buried their relations, and most of the corpses are lying in the mortuary now. And others in the bush, we are yet to pick them because of lack of security.
Not a sign of life. All doors under lock and key. The only sign of life is the domestic animals, a handful of them left behind by their fleeing owners. That's the story of Ayati community. That's the mystery of this place that's now a ghost town. And it's the question that has to be answered by the authorities of the Benue state government. What is the fate of Ayati community in the not too distant future? Arise News could find no evidence of any security presence in the deserted town, but the security advisor insists that forces are there, just out of sight.
When I was there, we saw security men, soldiers were there, and policemen in numbers, and the community volunteer guards as they are now. And when I called the officers, military officers, they told me that people were there and they would get their grade references and send to me if I needed them to prove that they were on ground. So if they were not in the main town, they were in the surrounding areas, so they do not be taken on the west within the town. That might be a different thing.
There are many scars left behind from that attack. Farms trampled by cattle, houses burned down, and the fields left unattended, even though it's harvest season. The farmers who should be looking after the crops have been forced to flee.
They destroyed all our farms around our village there. The surrounding village, they all destroy everything. They burnt houses, they destroy our yam farms, they destroy our groundnut farms, rice farms. There is no farm, we have no cassava farm in our area again.
The desolation extends across a radius of 20 kilometers, with homesteads and farms deserted by residents of Ayati and its neighboring settlements. They were all suppliers of yams to the market in Zakibiam. Gunmen continue their reign of terror, repeatedly proving elusive to security forces. The concern now is, if the food basket of Nigeria is in crisis, the whole country could soon be feeling the effects. Charles Eruka, Arise News, Benue State.